Good greetings, Rusty Dog here, and welcome to you all, whoever's watching. I am back from a 10-day vacation, little break I had, went visiting family, and I'm now back, and the very next day, i.e. today, because I only arrived yesterday, Asobo have dropped this World Update 6. So I thought I'd stream it, as I would be playing it anyway tonight. And yeah, we're going to get into this because I was going to do Elite Dangerous, but because this dropped, this is what I would be playing tonight anyway. So I'm going to do this one. Hey, Mr. Budman, how you doing, sir? I hope you're doing good. I am back. Yes, I know. 2 Sundays without Elite Dangerous stream. We'll have to fix that. Fernando. Hi, Fernando. Still downloading. You know what? This took me 2 hours to grab this thing. That's kind of a record, really. But in the wrong way. It's a record in the wrong way. In the fact that that was the quickest download I've ever had. Oh, thanks, Budman. I was too. I wanted to get back to streaming. But yeah, I had thoughts of doing Elite Odyssey, but I'm still stuck out in the black because I missed the 2 fleet carriers. I didn't really want Bettini to hang around, or Zarazinia to hang around with her fleet carrier, even though she very kindly offered. So I'm stuck out 7,500 light years away. So I'll be streaming all of that and my return journey and stuff. So get ready for some more exploration streams on Odyssey. Brazil, cool. Is it as hot there as it is here? It has been roasting here today. I've been really sweating today. It's going to be the same tomorrow, I think. Oh, it's very nice of you guys. Hi, Ian S., Steve Abrahart. Welcome, guys. So nice to see you all back. Really is. So, World Update 6, what is it? Well, it is basically updates of parts of the world. We've had France already. We've had the Nordic countries. We've had the UK. And this one is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And the cool thing about that is those countries are all quite close to each other. And this is now getting very cluttered. WarBRD. There's a car called a WarBRD. Oh, right. There is a car called a WarBRD. Google it. It's ugly. But I love it. What a car. The WarBRD. Anyway, yes. So, oh my God. Right, so there's been a few points of interest added, I can tell you as well. This is where I think we're going to fly out from here, Stuttgart, which is also where the main BMW dealer is. How would I know that? Anyway, so yeah, in this one we have, in Germany, let me just whiz up to, oh, what's this? Mercedes-Benz Arena has been modelled as a point of interest in Stuttgart. Ooh, interesting. I bet it's got a big Mercedes star next to it. So in Germany then, we have the following cities, photogrammetry, and I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. Bielefeld, Braunschweig, or Braunschweig, probably. Frankfurt am Main, yep. Konstanz and Wuppertal. So those are the cities that have been added with photogrammetry. And 2 airports for Germany, Lübeck and Stuttgart. Plenty of points of interest. I don't really want to go through them all, but I think I'll later add the patch notes onto the video description. A lot of points of interest for Germany. A lot of them. There's also a bush trip as well. 2 landing challenges, one in Dusseldorf, one in Duane. A discovery flight over Berlin. That should be interesting in a Spitfire. For no reason. I don't know why I thought of that. In Austria, then, we have 2 photogrammatic cities, Graz and Vienna. Photogrammetry cities, I probably should say. Photogrammatic, I just kind of made that up. Graz and Vienna, and the Klagenfurt airport is handcrafted. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, maybe 11, 12 points of interest there in Austria. Austria's a beautiful place. They've got a few points of interest in, most of them are in Vienna. Well, yeah, most of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in Vienna, and then in other places. Kufstein Fortress, that sounds something. There's a bush trip in Austria, Klagenfurt landing challenge. And in Switzerland, there's only one city been photogrammatized. Basel, or Basel, I don't know how they pronounce it. And handcrafted airports is St. Gallen Altenrhein Airport. And there are multiple points of interest for Switzerland. Nothing that... Oh, the Sphinx Observatory. Plenty of them. Also, 2 bush trips. 2 landing challenges, Lugano and St. Gallen. A discovery flight that says Pennine. I don't think that's the one in the UK, but I don't know. So, I thought, why don't we do a little trip from Stuttgart over to the one in Austria. Let's see how big that is. Porsche and Mercedes headquarters. Is the Porsche one there? That'll be interesting to fly over. Monument to the Battle of the Nations in Leipzig. Where's the Porsche one? Is it called Porsche, or does it have a different name? I'm not seeing it. It's not in alphabetical order. I don't know why. People just don't do things in alphabetical order anymore. Hello, Frontier. You know who I'm talking to. That'll be interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what it's called though. Sebastian, the hot sauce dude. Hey sir, whole bunch of stuff added in this update. Yes, there is. There's a lot of POIs, plenty of them, and also improved data on 100 airports, addition of 43 new airports. They still haven't included Zaragoza Airport, which is weird. I don't know why that's not even in there, but Zaragoza is not a small place. But the airport isn't there. There's a few bugs, stability fixes. I'm not going to go through those. And I think a long-awaited bug that has been fixed, which people have been moaning on about for quite a while. They've probably had good reason. Fixed the ATC radar altitude. So the ATC no longer asks you to change your altitude when it is not applicable. I've seen a lot of posts about that particular thing, so I think there'll be a few very happy people about that now. That's been sorted. The VFR map now displays information for latitude beyond 75 degrees. Updated elevation data for Germany, Austria, Switzerland. Updated aerial imagery for the same. Fixed restriction landings at LEMD, which I believe is Madrid. Yeah, so I'm not going to go through them all because it would just be very boring. A couple of VR fixes as well. SDK fixes. I'm just running through it now. Yeah, so it's good. Let's have a look at it. So let's say, as it's nighttime in Germany, I'm going to be swapping the time to something more approaching daytime. So if we do Stuttgart, we'll take off from there. I'm using the Turbo Arrow 4 for this one. I didn't check whether the A320NX has been updated since update 6. It may have been, it may not have been, it may not even affect it. Probably even doesn't affect it. So, okay, let's click. Can we click once? One zoom to details. There we go. I love how it zooms out first. Look at the lighting even on this. So I think a convenient place for me to park would be 106. I'm not really bothered whether it's small, medium or large. It's not clothing. There we go, finally got it. Wow, it's a bit laggy, a little bit laggy. Oh, this is a cargo. It's a cargo. All right, let's pick another one. This is probably cargo as well then, is it? Yeah, trust me to pick the cargo ones. What about this dude? It doesn't matter, I just don't want them loading other people's suitcases into my plane. Oh, screw it. We'll just stay there then. Oh, okay, you got the coordinates. I'll have to check that out. Does it show it as... It must just show it as a building, right, Fernando? Junkers comes on the 9th. What's Junkers? Junkers? Junkers. New SnowRunner maps on Thursday. Yeah, cool. I still have to buy into the second season pass, or season 2 pass, I think it's called. That's on my hit list. Along with 2 planes that are going to be coming along for this, which is Phoenix A320, which is going to be incredible, and the PMDG Boeing 737 study level, I think it's going to be. And those planes are on my must-have list. Definitely, no two ways. I'm going to get those 2. Yeah, so we'll do that. Okay, so next one then is Austria. We're going to land. I don't know how long the trip's going to be, to be honest. So the only handcrafted airport in Austria is that one, Klagenfurt. Runway 28 seems to be not ideal. Can we do 10 left? Because it's kind of on the way. See, it just makes more sense. And we can do low altitude airways, IFR. How long is the flight? I wasn't paying attention. I didn't pay attention. It normally tells you with a label here, but oh my God, Dachau concentration camp. We have to fly over it. Oh, that's bad. Dachau. I only know Dachau, Auschwitz, and Buchenwald. Is it the other one? Only 3 that I know. Okay, so we'll just follow the... See, these symbols, I don't know if they are VORs or what. I maybe should have planned this in a little nav map. It would have been easier. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Just do direct GPS. Get easy. So we're going to use live weather, but we're not going to use lifetime. The live weather is set, and we'll take it back. Let's go to about 4 p.m. Something like that. Live traffic on, you know, because I like killing my frame rates. And normally you've got a dialogue at the beginning and a one at the end. And there's normally one in the middle, which gives you the time of flight. Okay. I bet you better. Okay, let's read what you guys are writing here. They updated all the other world updates too. Yes, they did. Yes, they did indeed. I had to download all of those updates again. So I'm most excited for the historical aircraft, the classics, hopefully. I have installed another plane on here. Did it yesterday. It's the Red Baron triplane. I think it's is it a Fokker DK1? I really don't know. But I installed that yesterday, and it's a very simple flight model. Very simple plane, very simplistic plane. As you can imagine, World War One. It's the Red Baron plane, and it also has the Red Baron livery. Maybe we'll take a look at it as well. The JU-52, Junkers 52. Now I'm going to have to take a look. Let me just Google that. Junkers 52. Oh, okay. Twin prop. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give that one a go. I don't mind. I quite like the older planes. I like the light aircraft like this. The DC-6 is a monster. Basically, needs 3 people to fly it, really. And but I also like the 320 and the 737. You know, the plane I would really like to see, even though flying it would just be an absolute nightmare for me. Like, if you had to do everything manually, forget it. But would be Concorde. A Concorde is just dials and buttons, and the dials have got buttons, and the buttons have got dials. Yes, there's loads of them. It's, if you ever see the cockpit of Concorde, you'll know what I mean. And it's very compact, but there's dials in front of you, dials above, dials on the back wall behind you on the right and above, and it's crazy. It's crazy, but I'd love to fly it. I don't know how well the supersonic flight is implemented into Flight Sim, though, if it is at all. You know, not just the sonic boom, but just proper Mach 1, Mach 2. Hey, we got a sub. Oh, thank you, Fernando, for your sub. Awesome. Right, let's get this loaded, see, hopefully nothing's going to crash. And also, what was I going to say? I can't remember. Oh yeah, I got another key for a game while I was away. Some company gave me a key because I'd already done Fallout 76. I was given a key by Bethesda for that one, and I played it. And this other company said, "Hey, here's a key for our game. Give it a go." So I'm going to embarrass myself here and say I can't remember the title, but I will be streaming that later, very shortly. Not today, but soon. And we'll see what that one's all about. Yeah, so new game coming. I'll have to grab it on Steam, though. I haven't done that yet. I'm going to have to do that. Come on, loading time. I wonder how my frame rates are going to fare. Because yesterday I was in VR, quite enjoying myself, after I crashed a Cessna 172 by stalling it. Less said about that, the better. And then I was flying the A320 by fly-by-wire. And once I got it landed, which was a miracle that I landed it, I went into monitor mode and I was pushing 20 frames per second at Heathrow at night. 20 frames per second. It went right down. So anyway, let's see where we are. I do have the frame rates here ready to put on for when we are going, so all the information's going to be there. So yeah, what have you guys been doing while I've been away? Anybody playing anything new? What games are taking up your time these days? Because I've had withdrawal symptoms, and I'll be honest, the one I really wanted to come back and get my hands on was this one. I don't know why. And sim racing as well. I kind of miss those because, yeah, Elite Dangerous. Also, because I want to continue exploring. Oh, you know, of course, but that's all to come. So stay tuned and subscribe and ding the bell and all that stuff. Right, this looks nice and smooth. Let's take a look. Wow. Okay, I expect a frame rate drop while it's loading stuff in, but did you see the depth of field there? Maybe we can turn that off and save a little bit of frames. Look at that, depth of field. I wonder if we'll save some. Wow, that depth of field is really heavy. Just looking down that wing. When you see the shot of the edge of the wing here, let's see if we get that again. You'll see the actual plane's body is blurry. Look at that. I mean, it looks impressive, but that takes frame rates. And why are all these American semi-trucks parked there? I love this plane, by the way. I think it's amazing. As long as it allows me to take off. Okay, let's see where we are frame rate wise here. Eek. See, since server update 5, I think it was, the frame rate started increasing quite well. We would get 60, 50, 60 in some decent places. And even over New York, I was pushing like 37, 40, 45 sometimes. Look at this one. This is new. Off-screen terrain pre-caching. Off-screen terrain pre-caching. Could that save some frames if we push that higher? Adjust pre-caching level for off-screen terrain. And that would maybe reduce stuttering, like when you're on a turn. Because if the data's already pre-cached in there, would bringing this up improve things, I wonder? See, I've got a couple of things on Ultra, like buildings. And really, if you put buildings on Ultra, I think this object level of detail should be pushed up to the max as well, I believe. So you don't get those tower blocks that look like they've been bombed. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to swap these around and see what happens. I'm going to drop that down to 100 and I'm going to put this up to 140, just as a test. Windshield effects always on Ultra because that's the best setting. Okay. Pre-caching terrain is what Elite needs. Yeah. Oh, you don't know if they created the photogrammetry for the building. I see. Yeah, Learjet 45. I remember that from the old Sims. Flight Sim X. I think I had that for. Right, we want to zoom. Okay, so frame rates into the 50s. That'll be all right. Okay. So we better get this thing cranked. Started. What colour's the carpet in this one? A beige colour. Tan. I would say tan. Yeah, as you look around, you see I'm bringing in new sort of terrain. Yeah, let me just go in and change this option because I have to find out about this one, the caching. If you pre-cache more, you've got less chance of stutters, but it could also pre-cache data that you're not going to see. It might pre-cache terrain on your right hand side and you may never turn right. You know what I mean? But this could minimize or cut down stuttering and maybe increase frame rates because it's already pre-cached. I wonder if... See, they don't give you too much about it, just the obvious. It's not really description, is it? It's more like an obvious comment. It's like when they put anti-aliasing. This changes your anti-aliasing. Let's leave it on medium for now. But the one I want to change is depth of field. I'm going to put it on low. And also that as well. I don't really need those too much. And bloom is either on or off. There's no setting for that. It's not, there's no high, medium, low on that. It's just on or off. Whoa, ray marched reflections? What the hell is that? I don't recall seeing that one before. Right? Ray marched. Okay. I wonder who makes up these new terms. And someone's going to tell me now it's not a new term. It's been around since the days of Julius Caesar or something. Right. Hey, Thomas Hughes. How are you doing? Steve, yeah. I wonder if Odyssey would benefit from pre-caching terrain. They really need to do the culling of the polygons as well, though. You know, it can't just be pre-caching. They've got to do some optimizing stuff as well. So that on anti-collision light. I think that should go on now. I guess. Put the landing light on. Right. So this is just GPS. So I'm gonna put GPS on, guys, for this one. And I'm gonna go with that one because I think on here, does it not give you your, yeah, ETE? Once we get off the ground, we'll have an estimated time. It looks like the distance is 163 nautical miles, is that right? Or is it 73, 160, to read that. 163, that's the heading. Distance 3.1 nautical miles to, I don't know. Let's just take off, and it is what it is. Right, so we've got that on. We need mixture, drop, and I'm going to put a little bit of bottle in there. So we have that, and I'm going to put the fuel on, but I'm going to have the plane take care of the fuel. Is it doing that? No, it is now. Because I'm going to forget. Right, so auto fuel. It's turned it off. Oh no, it's put it to the right tank. Okay, we should be good. Guys hearing that okay? Increase the volume a little. Have to remember to dumb that back down again for the future games. Right. I'm just going to test a couple of things. Just getting my throttle range set up, and I better add a bit of throttle so it shuts up. Okay, I think we're all good here. It's the parking brake. We better get some HTC going then. Let's see what's going on with those guys. It would be this one, really, wouldn't it? I'm not going IFR, so let's go. Want to depart south? It's southeast, really. But yeah, south.
Ground Rusty Romeo 66 with Alpha request taxi for takeoff south departure.
Actually, it's more east, really, looking at the map.
Short of runway 7 using taxiway Zulu Yankee Kilo.
I'm probably not even going to get there.
8 when ready.
Okay, taxi and hold short of runway 7 using taxiway, blah, 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 blah.
Taxi to and hold short runway 7 using taxiway Zulu Yankee Kilo Rusty Romeo 66.
Right, unless they're going to put the markers on, which I don't think they do until I go into Flight Assistant. Is it there now? No, but it's probably going to be when we start moving, I hope. Because I think... Compass. So we're pointing south. I don't know where the bloody runway is, guys. I normally do this. I normally pre-plan everything and use little nav map and get stuff pre-planned, but this time I haven't. So I really don't know which direction I'm... And I'm no good at reading the taxiways. There's 07. So we can go this way. At least I think anyway. Oh yeah, right. It doesn't have those great big blue arrows because I have an add-on and it's changed it to those little green ones, you see? Little green arrows. I forgot about that. So I've just finished watching, while I was away, I finished watching the TV series that I was binging on, which was Hell on Wheels, and I highly recommend it. I didn't realize it was 10 years old now. From 2011 to 2016 it went, 5 seasons. So it's kind of Western based, well it is Western based, and it's all to do with the building of the Union Pacific Railroad, and I'm telling you, it is top notch in every way. And the Swede is a lunatic. I'm saying. It's gonna get... Whoa! I just touched something on my... Stop the plane. I just touched something on my throttle. Made everything go. Okay, so I don't know how long the runway is, so I'm going to go flaps 2. I don't know.
Tower Rusty Romeo 66 ready at runway 7 south departure.
Rusty Romeo 66 altimeter, 30.18 wind 104 at 6.
Are we on or off?
To the south approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 7.
Come on. Oh dear, what have I done? It's locked in place. There we go. I couldn't move the cockpit camera there. Right, so I think we have...
Rusty Romeo 66, please acknowledge.
Yes, I will, just wait. Wait your turn. Am I taking off this way? Yes. Am I? Yes. Do it.
Cleared for takeoff runway 7 Rusty Romeo 66.
Is it going to just flip one way or the other? I haven't got full throttle on, but I don't need it. Just need to hit about 70 knots, I think, and there we go. Don't worry about the beep. It's just because I brought the wheels up, and it doesn't like the fact I've got the flaps still on 2. It'll go away.
Continue for south departure.
Right, as soon as I know... Oh, I see, there we go. 240 nautical miles. Jeez. It's a fair distance.
Cleared for DME runway 7 approach. Eurowings 269er, flight number 2 for landing. Follow the generic on final. Wind 103 at 6. Cleared to land runway 7. Eurowings 275.
Sorry, I'm messing with OBS. That's why my
Follow the generic on final. Wind 103.
thing is off.
Cleared to land runway 7.
Right, we better get back on the flight path then, because
Runway 7 number 20 wing 26905.
I'm going to get to about maybe 5,000 or something.
Leaving my airspace frequency change approved. Cleared VOR DME runway 7 approach KLM 1879er.
Tower Rusty Romeo 66 frequency change.
They never shut up now.
Cleared to land runway 7 number 2 Euro wings 2757.
So yeah, Stuttgart. I didn't really take a good look at the buildings and stuff, where I probably should have done, seeing as how it was a newly modelled airport. Can't fly from the outside. Klagenfurt is where we're going. But let's get some. Let's just keep climbing, and then once we do that, we'll
79er number 2 for landing.
we'll cruise.
Follow the aircraft on final. Wind 10657. Cleared to land runway 7.
If I push the throttle a bit more, you'll see this light come on, the yellow light. There you go. That's overboost. So I can just back it off a little. We're climbing nicely though, we're okay. And then I'm going to start messing with the pitch trim. That's always fun. I think around 5,000 will be fine. Let me just. Okay, it's done. Air pressure is done. Okay, so we can kind of level out now. Doesn't have to be bang on 5,000 at all. Just now I'm altering my pitch trim to try and get the plane to fly level rather than cheat. I could cheat, but I'm going to try not to do that. My hand is now off the joystick, except for pushing it to the right, because it's the torque, the gyro is pushing it, the propeller torque is pushing it to one side.
KLM 1879er, go around.
I wonder if I just put the autopilot on now, it'll follow the GPS. It should do. And I think this plane also has the hidden altitude hold button, which is not present on the real aircraft.
KLM 1879er, contact approach on 125.05. Good day.
This is maybe a longer flight than I intended. Frame rates for a 1080 Ti,
Flight for KLM
pretty decent, I would say, 50s. I'll take that every day. Plane's moving around a little. Must be a little bit of a breeze.
turn next taxiway.
Let's take this radio off because it's just done a frequency swap. Hope that's enough. So unless you point at these. Oh, there we go. Yeah, you just have to look at them. I wonder if they've done any modelling on the Nordschleife racetrack. I think it was here before, but I wonder if they've done anything like elevation changes. Plenty of those. So I'm now at 6,000 feet because I've not been paying attention to my vertical speed. I'm going to try out the autopilot, just see what happens, and I'm going to include the altitude hold. So I want this switched to nav, I would say, autopilot on, and I'm just going to leave it now. see if it gets us onto, or either follows this purple line in parallel, or at least just stays with it. It's either goes onto the line or stays with it. I think it's just going to stay with it. So we're holding bang on 6,200 and whatever, 18 maybe. We're holding there. And we are pointing in the right direction. I think that would be correct for GPS, right? Nav? That's the correct one. What happens if I flick this? Probably nothing, right? No. I don't think we need it. Okay, now what can we do? Well, we're flying at 6,200. Temperature is 10. Would that be 10 degrees centigrade? 10 degrees centigrade at 6,200. Okay. So 10 would be this little notch here. So if we can turn this to get to 6.2, which is probably around there, our true airspeed then will be 137, 38, and we have 126 indicated. Is that right? I guess so. It's more or less. We're flying away from where we're supposed to be going. Maybe nav, I don't know. Let's try this one. No, that's even worse. That's even worse. That's completely the wrong way. Maybe I need to, yeah, where's it? It's just going in a straight line now. It's not following this at all. I'm going to have to take over. I don't know what the nav's for then. Anybody? That's the real weather bug. There's no mention of it, Josh. There's no mention of it. But it's on their to-do list. I know that for sure. Once I get this thing back on track, I'm going to, because we're well off track, once we get it back on, I'm going to sort out the this little flashing light down here. I don't know why nav isn't following this purple line, because it actually should be. I'm going to see if I can get ourselves back on it. Bad Ditzenbach. Yes, very bad. So we'll just, guys, I'm out of fuel. I didn't, because I've got the persistent fuel thing on. Ah, come on. You remember in my last live stream, I said I was going to put the persistent fuel on so that, Jesus. I was going to put the persistent fuel on so that I had to fill up on my next flight. Yeah, well, I forgot about that. Anyway, we've got half a tank now. Okay, so I'm quite happy to whiz over here and pop this down. That gets rid of the flashing light. Where are you going? Come here. Come on, plane. Sort yourself out. Yeah, mid-air refueling. Yep. Whoa. A little bit of wind going here, which is cool. It's all good. little bit shaky. Whoa, hello. In a real plane, can you, I wonder if you can just, like if you were really flying, can you just talk to the ATC somewhere and just get a, like a weather report or something like that? Because there's no ATIS to tune into here. Okay, we're going to get back onto track. And then we'll try the autopilot again. Has that disabled itself? Yes. So as you're turning, you don't want the wingtip to go beyond that mark, really. It's kind of where you're supposed to be. There we go. Okay, so let's put that back on and that back on, and let's see what it does here. I've got it on nav mode. It should, oh, and that's more like it. Now the plane looks a little bit tilted. Is that because it's not quite flying where it's supposed to go? Or is it just waiting to hit that line? Or is it just countering the wind? As long as it stays on that purple line, I don't mind. But we are a little bit, we're not pointing. No, I don't think it's doing it right. Apparently you can at least ask for a ground speed as an SR-71. Ask for a ground speed. Wow, okay. Yeah, so I don't know what this autopilot is doing. I've got no clue. No idea. So, autopilot with GPS, don't ask. I don't know. It should be this. It should be even simpler than just instruments. But all I want to do really is just keep it heading to the heading that I'm heading in. Oh, I know. I've been away for too long, guys. So we're going to move the heading bug to match our current heading, which is there, right? And then if we go heading, that. Okay, I don't know. I don't care if I crash the plane at this point. I don't know what the hell it's supposed to be doing. Huh. So why didn't it follow the heading bug? Unless that's what Omni does. Yeah. It was too long a flight anyway, really. I'm going to have to reacquaint myself with all this. Because for me, it's always been the heading bug, and then you put it on heading mode, and it heads towards that heading bug, right? That's the way I've always thought of it. That pilot shouldn't have a license, the auto one. Deluxe NG, link vid to download the sim up 6. I'm not quite sure what you mean. Link vid to download. I don't know what you mean there, matey, sorry. Okay, let's take a look at... Can you put the POIs here? Aha. Oh, I think it's Arena, isn't it? Which was the one they said they'd done? Mercedes-Benz Arena. Mercedes. This is new. Depart from there. Let's pick a different plane. Go with the non-GPS 172. Livery for it. Just want to take a look at the building. Yeah, the heading bug. I know this is what happens when you've been away for a while and you have a memory like gorgonzola cheese. Tend to forget stuff. Stuff that you knew a week ago. Because I've been using the heading bug in all of my VOR flights. You know, to line up the heading for the next beacon and stuff like that. But I'm sure I've always used it with the autopilot on heading, because you use Omni if you want it to fly to your VORs, and then heading will follow the heading bug. But this one was not interested at all. Okay, let's this is a very quiet plane, so let's just pause it, check outside. That must be it. Mercedes-Benz Arena. Can we get the drone out and take a look? Hopefully it works. No, it's not working. Why is it not working? Mouse, Rusty's. Where's Rusty's controller? Must be plugged in because I have a light on it. See if Rusty's controller. That is weird. I'm going to turn it off and on. Hey, Aquatic Borealis. Things are going okay-ish. Okay, bingo. We have detected the following new device. It's not new, you've used it forever. And have applied default control presets. Customize. Okay, so Rusty's controller. There we go. Go back. Zoom. There you go. That's how you do it. So, I believe... Oh no, it's changed the... I think it's changed the controls that I had set up. Because this is now tilting, and I changed that control to alter the speed. I did have that changed to alter speed. Flip! Is there another preset, guys? Is there another preset? Rusty's controller. Rusty's inverted drive. I wonder if it's that one. Try. Apply and save. Go back. No, still tilting. Son of a... It's so slow, man. Yeah, and the up and down controls are not working either. Or the up one is, but the down isn't. So we'll go back to Rusty's controller, and we want... These are all the assigned ones, aren't they? So we need all. Oh, what a nightmare this is. Come on. So there must be one that's speeding up and slowing down. Don't know why it's lost this. Flight Sim's normally really good at control stuff, bindings and stuff. It's really set up very, very well. So we have translate and yaw, roll, pitch. X and right button. And then X and left button, right? Okay. Maybe it was correct. Still using the uninverted ones? Yes. Okay, so I guess I have to press the X along with the button. Let's try. So as I'm zooming in, press X and button. No, it's not speeding up. Let's just go in normally then. Could have been there by now. I was expecting a big Mercedes star somewhere. And there might be one because I can see some writing on it. But it's not going to be a big one. But I can see the words Mercedes-Benz. Mercedes-Benz Arena, no symbol, which let's go in. I seem to, yeah, the controls are definitely not working correctly. I can no longer, yeah, I can't flip that. I couldn't do this. I couldn't yaw. See, now I can't go up and down. I can yaw, but I can't pitch up and down now. Why is this happening? I have an idea. Now we get the drone out, and I don't have to go so far. Right, let's count the seats. So, middle row first. Just kidding, by the way. Stuttgart. There you go, Mercedes-Benz Arena, Stuttgart. We're inside, they've even modelled the scoreboards. And I don't think you want to see me dive into this. And I don't think there's any way out at this point, because I'm going too quickly. So, let's just go back to the menu. The production site is just beside the stadium. You can see a round shaped test track for the cars. Mr. Spinner, your voice good? It's never perfect. Mr. Spinner, my voice never perfect. Sound a little bit sharp. Okay. I'll have to cut myself on it. Oh. Aquatic, I bought a new computer and need to migrate my MFSF bind. Is it messy? I have no idea. I don't know. You would think that a game which is pretty heavily dependent on grabbing data off servers, there'd be like a cloud feature where you can store bindings so that if you do migrate to a PC, I don't know where, you'd have to do a Google, Aquatic, of where the binding files are stored, and then go from there. I'm assuming it should be possible. Right, so we have another one. Let's go to Austria. So we have an airport there. I'm not going to bother with the startup procedure on the plane. So if we just go to, this is where we were flying to. This is Austria. And then from here, we can go to either Krumpendorf. Dorf is head, right? Head. Is it? No, Kopf. Kopf is head. What's Dorf then? Kopf. Kopf is head, yeah. So we've got Vienna and Graz. My geography is not too good. Which is the close. This means to me, Vienna. What's this? What's this? Seagulls. See, there you go. An hour and 6 minutes to go and see some seagulls. Probably not going to be doing that. Well, let's take off from here and have a look around, shall we? Again, live weather, fake time. Let's pull that out. I don't really want to go and see any seagulls. So we'll just take off in the Skyhawk. Go. You mistook me for Obsidian Ant. Seriously? Well, I don't know how. I mean, it says Rusty Dog on the on the channel, but I'll take it as a compliment. Have they updated any of Croatia in this update? There's no mention of Croatia in this one, but I don't know whether is that Eastern Europe? I don't know whether it was touched in any of the previous updates. I don't think so.
66 altimeter, 30.24 wind comes straight out, departure approved.
It might be coming though. Switch this comms channel over because here you are not approved to take off. Yeah? By just adjusting this to for the pressure, barometric pressure, I think. This plane is really super quiet. It's a lot more quiet than what I'd like it to be. Some flaps on, I think. Okay, right, well, let's just do it. Oh, wait a minute though. Let's check out. I wonder why they bothered with... Is this like a main airport in Austria, Klagenfurt? Is it the mainest of the main? See, again, I want to move my tricky dicky about... Oh, hello. Everything's moving now. But you can't speed up though. Nope. Think so. Take a quick look at the airport. But my drones work. There's the windsock. Got a tailwind by the looks of it. So we've got a couple of aircraft there. Small one on the right. Coach on the right, I think. We've got 3 in the hangar there, or garages, whatever. This looks like a podium ceremony after a Formula 1 race. The European one. Willkommen Klagenfurt am Wörthersee. German pronunciation is not up to par, despite the fact that I was born in that country. Right, let's pop inside here. Everyone's gone for lunch. That's the Andromeda Galaxy, in case anyone's wondering. That's obviously a weather map. Oh, cool. And where am I? There I am. Pretty much in the middle of the screen there. Nice. Even the door handle and a fire extinguisher. Yeah. Half a title and half a thumbnail. Is that because my titles are too big sometimes? The update is quite large, but not massively large. It's more I think I had to get like 2 gigs initially, and then 3 gigs something, and then another 5. I don't know. All in all, with the other updates, maybe about 15 gig. But you don't need 15 gig of space because it's a lot of files are getting, a lot of files are just getting updated. So there's a lot of reused files on there. Is this the reflection of the windows in the ceiling here? I think it is. It's a bit unnecessary, but cool. Right, so it's got a camera. External, right? Case. I want to bring the drone back. Oh, here, right here, that position. There we go. Okay. Let's skedaddle. Flying solo down in Acapulco. I don't know how much it increases the game size, really. I wouldn't have thought too much because it's, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you how much difference is going to be at the end. Start piling on the pressure now. There you go, but yeah, 12 gigabytes all in all. That sounds about right. That sounds just about bang on. But don't forget, there will be a lot of, because there are updates as well as additions, some of the files will get overwritten that you've already got. And elevation data, for example, that probably just gets overwritten with some new data. And we're up. So let's check out, if anything comes up as a point of interest that looks interesting, we can fly to it. What's that one? Zell. I have no idea what that is. But they're cities, really. That's why they've got that icon. I stalled this yesterday and crashed it. I was trying to gain altitude to get over a, not a mountain really, but sort of a massive hill. And I was trying to climb as much as possible to clear it, and the speed just kept dropping and dropping, and I couldn't. If I leveled out, I would have hit the mountain, and if I climb, oh look, IKEA. This must be the noisiest. I wonder if you can if there's a plane park there. There's an IKEA coming up on the left. There it is. So. Oh, time to get the flaps in. I mean, Austria, in terms of scenery and all that, Austria is an absolutely beautiful country. It really is. I'm going to see if I can just step back from the cockpit just a little. I have no clue what that is. Oh, M. Right. There you go. Now I know. M. Time to get the M&Ms out. Anyone know what that is? It's stopped now, but I don't know what it was. Oh, points of interest, nothing really showing. Let's just pull back a bit. I don't know if you Google World Update 7, and I think World Update 8 and 9, I think they'll already tell you what they're going to be because they already know. So if you Google MSFS World Update 7, I'm pretty sure it should tell you where it is, and also 8 and 9, or you could even Google MSFS. What's it called? Roadmap. You check out the roadmap for this year, next year, and they'll tell you everything of what's coming. Let me see if I can just this up here. There we go. And they'll tell you what's coming with the world updates and also server updates. Now you see in the glass here we have the reflection of probably this outer nose here or something. Sometimes at night when the dials are all lit up, you'll get reflections of the dials in the glass, and that only happens on ultra setting, which is why I keep it on ultra, because I think it just looks so damn cool, especially in like an airliner, like an A320. You've got the side window just lit up with dials. It just looks so cool. But the moment you turn it down to like a high setting, you lose it. So what we might do is just do a nearest airport list, see if we can land somewhere, because I don't know if there's any points of interest around here. Look at that lovely little town there. I wouldn't mind living in there. Let's have a look at these lollipops over here and see what we've got. So a lot of the elevation data for this has now been done, same with Germany and Switzerland, which is where we'll be going next. We're craving for DLSS and RTX reflections. I don't have a card with RTX at the moment. You googled it, South America. Yeah. I think that, there are more world updates coming. Hold on. If I crash it because I'm Googling. Don't you hate it when you need to Google quick and everything you type is spelled? They do have roadmap though, because I've seen it myself. Development roadmap. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm gonna pop the link in the chat, and everything that I think that we need to know is there. Hey Andy, nice to see you, matey. Hope you're doing okie dokie. I'm just randomly, casually flying. I don't have a destination in mind other than not hitting the ground with anything other than my wheels. But in there's a development roadmap. Actually, that one just says June, doesn't it? July, August, September. Oh, okay, it's not the right link. That only goes up to today. Damn it. Sorry guys, that's the wrong link. There is a roadmap out there which goes into 2022, and there's also a list of features that have been most requested, and they're working on those, and they also have dates when they can put them, dates of when they're expecting to be launched. So you'll find a lot of things being addressed for update 7. World Update 7, because with this you have server updates and you have world updates. Server updates are those that break all the third-party stuff. Let's have a look and see if we can find an airport or something. Let's try that first one. Oh, it's a small one. Okay.
Lima Oscar Kilo Romeo traffic, Rusty Romeo 66, 4 miles east, 5,600 feet inbound to land, runway 6.
So this one is 2 minutes away. I'm going to set that as the destination. I better start doing some bloody descending then. It can't be 2 minutes, can't I? Well, there's no reason why it can't. Show me. Oh, bloody. Is that the airport though, or is that the... No, 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 no. This isn't right. Yes, it is. LOKR. Okay, but I went into the wrong thing, so I'm just going to keep this up a second. I need to go here. Oh no, I didn't. See, it is on airports. Okay. Cool. Where's the landing guide? That's supposed to come up, and it hasn't. Is that the wrong way? Is that the wrong way? Is that it? Bloody hell. I know it didn't have a tower, but I don't know whether this is the landing or this one over here. Not that it's going to matter too much. We're going to be landing in somebody's field regardless. Okay, let's see if we can swing this around. Scenery looks nice though here. It's going to put more power on the engine because otherwise we're going to install it. Where is the racing circuit of Oschersleben? Is that Germany or what? Sometimes I do like to have a fritter around and check out the railway. Bloody hell. The racetracks. Let's just land in a field, guys, because speed's okay, just over 60 knots. I'm okay with that. I just basically got to line this up. I think it's next to those squiggly bits. It's going to be quite a tight turn at the end, but we'll get it down. Oh, it is going to be tight. I'm sure this is private property, but that tree, and I'm not quite on the runway either, but none it's going to matter. Don't go over the road. Don't go over the road. Yes. The last server update, Mr. Spinner, yes, it had a fantastic FPS increase. It really did. It was absolutely superb what they did with that. Well, I landed in somebody's place. Maybe I should start. I'm better off doing what I normally do, which is like actually planning a flight out rather than just guessing one. So let's check out one of the Switzerland places that they did. So Switzerland, there's one city that's photogrammetry, Basel. So I'll see if we can find out how to get there. And the only handcrafted airport is St. Gallen Altenrhein. And that is, should we get back into a different plane? Like an Airbus? No. Bus, no. Not suitable for purpose. I've got an update for this, like a third-party update to give it more accurate handling. But I can't remember if I reinstalled it after the last server update, so I'll skip that. Oh, guys, check this out. Where is it? this thing, the Red Baron. Now we can take this. This is a weird plane, which if Basel isn't too far from St. Gallen, let's have a look. If we go to S for Switzerland, ZR to Alton, right. Now, where is the city? Oh, Basel. Can we? Does that count as a POI? It does. If I set that as an arrival, so this is a photogrammetry city now. Okay, so in this plane, that's a 58-minute flight. So I think the Red Baron plane is out because that's going to be a 4-hour flight. Well, you know, it's going to take a bit longer. So if we hit one of the turbo planes, I think it cut down the flight time. 44, not by much then. I don't think you guys want to wait 44 minutes. Just have to cheat. We'll just have to cheat. Hey, John. An ineffectual gamer. You were just trying this game? Game? How dare you? It's a simulation. Oh. Every time I say game, I have to correct myself because I know it's not correct. It is a game in the entertainment kind of sense. But I can't think of it that way. Every time I think of game, it's like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. But is it your first time trying it, Ineffectual? It's very bloody good. If I can land a TBM, it's a game. Okay. No, if you can land a Douglas DC-6, then it's a simulator. I've only landed that DC-6 once, I think. You put it away for eight months. Wow. Couldn't do that. It's too good of a thing to put down for that length of time for me. It's yeah. Because first, you know, I'm into flight sims anyway. I played a lot of the previous ones, the Century of Flight, Flight Sim X, Flight Sim 2000, wasn't it? Flight Sim 98, and the very first. Now I'm going to use this term very loosely. The very first game, in quotes, and then you put quotes around those quotes. The very first game I ever played, not counting Pong on those console machines you used to get back in the early 80s. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Not those. But the actual first game I played on a home computer was Microsoft. No, it wasn't Microsoft. Or was it? It was Scion. But were they licensed by Microsoft at the time? Scion Flight Simulator. And it was on the Sinclair ZX81, a computer that had no graphics and no sound. It was just like blocks of lines for the runway. And it would update maybe once every... What's going on here? It would update maybe once every 2 seconds. Boop, boop, boop. You know, graphics would update. and then your screen would fill with squares. You crashed. And so that was my very first foray into games. And now you look at this and you look at the complexity of it and the graphics and everything, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Absolutely. Right. So we are at St. Gallen Altenheim. Let's have a quick look outside. In beautiful Switzerland, home of the army that carries little pocket knives. Windsock. Nice little animation on that. Oh. Didn't pre-cache that very well. Okay, on we go. Are these the buildings related to the airport or not? I don't think so. Nope. That is. Yeah. I've got an appointment tomorrow at Specsavers. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get into speeding up this drone. Oh hello, there we go, I've got it. I must have remapped it to a different place. Oh look at that, it's got those rusty old bits. So this is the only one that they've modelled in World Update 6 for Switzerland, the only airport. I don't know if it's the biggest one in Switzerland or the most important one. No idea. But this is the one they picked to do. Again, what a really nice little town. Cool. Oh man, imagine landing or taking off here. Let's drop the time of day just a bit, because when you do that, simulate just starts to look incredible. Oh, let's go full dark, see all the lights come on. Apparently they have enhanced the lighting on cities at night. But this kind of time of day, just sunset, sunrise, really the lighting is just, if you ever flown over London when the sun is starting to set, it's unbelievable. It just looks completely amazing. Oh, bloody hell. I have to go up. Hey, Mark G, Rusty is fine. Dog or me? Yeah, both of us are fine, except real Rusty's putting on a bit of weight. Getting a bit fat. He is a greedy little bugger though. I played something on something Tandy. Oh yeah, Tandy, yeah. Wow, that's going back with 2 non-springy joysticks. Yep. All the way back. Okay. So before I take off, I'm just gonna have a quick look. Come on, Rusty, put your memory into gear. No, not you. Put the panel lights on. Yay. Right, so we're not flying anywhere in particular. I'm assuming everything is set correctly here. It looks like it is. So, do we have any flaps on? Position 1, I think. Position 2. Position 1 seems to be fine, to be fair. I think there's plenty. Let's get the propeller speed up. Please don't throw me off. Sometimes it does do it. Oh, here we go, here we go. So now I'm compensating by twisting the joystick. Let's see if it'll hold there. Now I'm just adding a bit more power. And it should just float up into the sky. Come on. only doing that because the wheels are out, don't worry. Let me reduce the flaps. There we go. So if we go... Oh sugar, now what? I can fly up and down. No, there we go.
Rusty Romeo 66.
Guys, I have no control over this plane. Did you see? Look at this. What is going on with this? Oh, I don't know. I've got no control over this, guys. Something's going wrong. This happened yesterday with this plane. It's not the update that's done it.
Rusty Romeo 66 acknowledged.
No, the AI is not on. There's no way that I've turned it on. I can't stop it. I can't stop it going from side to side. Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. No point. Let's do a restart and see what happens again. Firstly, when I was rolling the aircraft, it didn't roll. It just wasn't interested. And then it suddenly did it. And then from there, it was just jackknifing everywhere.
Romeo 66 altimeter train.
It is an add-on plane, but it's got nothing to do with it. Yeah.
Cleared for takeoff.
Tenerife. Is it the Virpil? No. No, it's not Virpil, because I've already flown this plane today, and it was... Well, I've flown the Turbo 4. No, it's... For me, it's the game. Simulator. Game. Yeah. I don't think it is... Oh, wait, the autopilot is on. You're quite right. Mind you, you said AI, which is not the same thing. What the hell is the autopilot on for? Jeez. Why does it do that in default state? Let's see, just 1 second. Shut the whole thing down.
Hold and dock selected.
Alright. That is bizarre. That must be a small bug. I'm sure they'll have to fix that. So if we put ready for takeoff,
Ready for takeoff selected.
autopilot is off. Yep, that's how it should be. I like it. Okay, that explains that then. F it, the most common phrase. Yeah. Alright, let's build a little bit of speed. Have I got flaps? I don't know. I've just added some flaps. So one should be enough regardless. I guess I was fighting against the autopilot. Because when you start on the runway with this plane through the simulator, it kicks on the autopilot, which I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be doing that. Now, I think that sound you hear is the plane putting its wheels in automatically. Okay, that's more like it. Now I'm got too much boost on, so I'm going to turn it down. There we go. That's more like it.
Rusty Romeo 66 continue for west departure.
Oh, do shut up. Don't know where you think I'm supposed to be going. My phone is dinging all the time. I'm not going to answer it though. Right, let's change the time of day just a little. But I think the sun is behind us. No, well it isn't anymore. railway track. Looks like it. Yeah, so Austria, Switzerland, really lovely part of Europe. I'd love to visit either of them, to be honest. And also Belgium. Why the AI crapped out. Yeah. Yeah, this is an add-on plane, but yeah, clearly it was the autopilot that was on. I don't know whether that is classed as a bug that would need fixing, or if it's something that's surfaced with this update, because I have a feeling that I have started this plane on a runway many times. Normally I just do the normal cold start, but I do feel that I've done a straight runway takeoff with these before, and I've never had an autopilot problem. So I don't know whether it's a new thing or not. A little bit of air in here. Cool Swiss air. Oh man, look at that. I know they said they've changed the elevation data. It looks pretty epic. So Germany has the most points of interest on this update, and then Switzerland the second most, and then Austria third. Right, it sounds like my propeller's spinning a bit too fast, but what would I know? Is it? Yes. It's supposed to be on 2.3, so I'm going to just make a couple of adjustments. First thing is the F-fuel mixture, so I'm going to drop this down until the needle goes to the peak. There we go. Okay, there. If I keep pushing it down, it's going to come back again. I'm going to stay at the peak there. That's pretty much where we need to be. Gotta get this plane straightened out. And then the throttle, I want to bring it down to about 2003. No, not throttle. Rusty, not throttle. Propeller revs. There we go. Okay. What country am I in now? So that's pretty much set for a fairly economical flight, I would say. And I'm just going to pull back on the throttle just to drop the speed down to about there. Whoa, don't go too low. That'll do. Switzerland looks so nice though. I was hoping to see snow on the mountains, to be honest. Maybe I've picked the wrong time of year. Should we see what we can do about that? Of course you get darker. Yeah, because we're on to different times now, aren't we? Okay, so we changed it to December now. No snowy mountains in Switzerland? Really? I mean, there is snow down below, but yeah. Unterrechstein. Wow. You flew over the Pyrenees looking for a place to climb at the weekend. Oh, really? Wow. Are you far away from them? What is happening on my Facebook? Is it Facebook or WhatsApp? Right, I've got like 3 vehicles wanting to be booked in for valeting, including a BMW 440. Ooh. Sounds like I've got a busy few days. So I'm going to have to check out some of the POIs, but I kind of just jumped into Flight Sim quite quickly today, so I've not really planned anything out which I normally would do. What's this? There's one right in the middle of the water there. Let's see if we can just quickly take a look at that. Does it think I'm on some kind of plan here? Oops. Come on. Sack. And it's got the icon of like a oh, this is it, this on the shoreline, because I don't think there's an underwater city or anything. Oh, Jesus. My phone just fell off the desk and just gave me a heart attack. What is Fussack anyway? I don't even know what it's meant to be pointing at. No one I know. Hello, sir. How are you? Yeah, well, next time I think I fly around here, I'm going to be planning planning a route, points of interest and stuff like that. Oh, Rusty, you can't do this. You know you can't do this. Why? It's not going to happen. You know it. You know it. Too small, too narrow. There's no way. No, there isn't. We'd never get the wings through there. Oh well. I can't even believe I was even thinking about flying under the bridge, which you can now do in this game simulator. Should we follow the river? Oh yeah, that'd be cool to do. Following rivers. Amazon, the Nile, the Yangtze. That would be cool. If it can be done. Is that an airport? Is that an airport over here? Is this an airport I see before me? Let's find out. Captain Birdseye. If it's not list... Oh, there it is. Oh, the Basel was still set as a destination. I must have the landing gates disabled in another menu because they're supposed to come on when you flick this on. I'm going to have to double check that, but this does look like an airport. We are actually quite low. I don't think the residents are going to be too pleased. This is a 1080 Ti. No one I know. This is a 1080. I'm not making any plans to land in terms of slowing the plane down or putting the flaps, because this could be just another field, and it looks like it might be. I haven't really come across any points of interest though. They're all the icons just seem to be cities, towns, I should say, or villages and things like that. And this is another bugged, which I hope they fix. If in order to look around the cockpit, I hold down the right mouse button like this, and I look around by dragging the mouse. But if I keep my finger on the right mouse button, and then I just barrel roll the plane like this, nothing happens. I'm waving my joystick around like crazy and nothing's happening until I release the button. The right mouse button just kills all the controls. And I've looked in the bindings to everything that's bound to the right mouse button, and nothing there should affect this. And I hope it's something that they resolve. So I'm going to see if I can do a pass and just see if we can land at that airport. Airstrip, I should say. So we'll just pile along here, getting fairly close. Trees, but not too close. And I'm going to be optimistic. Have the wheels come out? No, even though I've just pressed the button for the wheels to come out. Oh, wait a minute, wrong button. There we go. Kind of helps if you press the right button. Now we're going to create a little bit of drag, but okay for now. Speed is okay. Now I'm going to have to do a fairly decent sharpish turn. If I've even timed it right. I'm kind of just pitching up a little at the same time. Flaps. I'm just going to go straight to flaps 2. We need to kill a bit of speed off here. Okay. So, full mixture, full props. Whoa, 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 whoa. Come on. Just gotta hold it. I should be going just a tad quicker, but we're alright. The closer we get, more closer to the speed I should be at, will become, yeah, better. So, down. It's a short runway by the looks of it, but I will try to. Thrusters. I never think about loading up my Flight Sim replay tool so you can see me landing on a replay from the outside. I really should do that. But I know that Asobo are working on a do shush. Asobo are working on a replay feature for Flight Sim, which will be cool. Why are you still beeping? I'm doing what you asked. Thing. Right. I love that sound, that as it shuts off. Right, can't get out that way for some reason. We'll unlock that one. Get out that way. Can't open this door for some reason. Oh, what's this? Emergency locator transmitter. That's going to need to be on. Yes. Switzerland, Germany, Austria, and my lights are on. Very nice. Alrighty. Oh, I'll tell you what, before I shoot off, guys, I'll show you the Red Baron. Now, the only way I can get this thing onto the runway is from the external view, because I can't see a damn thing where I'm going. So, I think it's, yeah, DR1. Oh, I said DK1. Okay, sue me. So you get liveries, you've got the Red Baron livery, and then these other ones. I tell you what, wooden propellers, I think they scare me a little bit. I just saw on something nuclear power station. Oh, let me find it. Yeah, right. There's a lot. There's tons. I mean, there must have been some POIs here before the update, but now. Oh, another one. Look. Oh, now let's go. Oh no, we need to. Okay, let's take off from here. So we'll put this as a departure, and this is our fuel range. Oh, World War One. And we'll just set this as our arrival. I don't know if this plane will even get there, but whatever. I mean, fuel-wise it will, but how long is it going to take? And we'll do a cold start. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We are the Swiss, we are the Germans. Point if you can tell me who I just quoted. It's either hello, hello, something from hello, hello, or John Cleese. I live in northern Catalonia. Oh, really? Oh, northern Catalonia. I haven't been that close to it, but I've been to. The first time I landed in a plane in Madrid in real life, it was in Berlin, not Berlin. God, what's that? What's it called up north? Begins with a B. Oh God, how can I not know? It's a really northern town in Spain. Kill me now. And then I've driven. No, I haven't really. Oh, now then. Heathrow to. That's going to kill me now. I know it begins with a B, and I know it's in northern Spain, and I know it's a pretty big city. And then we flew from there to Madrid in the early morning. All right, so how do I get to the runway? That way. Awesome. So this is an add-on plane. It's very simplistic. No, it's not Barcelona. It's much further north. It's north, right up in the north. Let me just dig up a map of Spain, because that's going to do my head in now. Bilbao. Yeah, Bilbao. Right. As you can see, he doesn't look like the Red Baron very much, but he's got the machine gun still on the top. They used to have to fly with these. Now, I used to know the answer to this question, but bonus points for anyone who can tell me how they managed to shoot these two guns without blasting the crap out of the propeller. Because that's some timing. Oh, Robin Williams stage show. Oh, okay. He's cool. I've seen most of his. Is this how the rear end was? It didn't have a wheel on it? Oh. I'm just noticing these things right now. Ignition timing. Actuated interrupter. It's awesome, isn't it? I mean, this is going back to World War One. So they must have... Okay, so you've got the ignition, but the propeller, I mean... That's spinning at a fair speed. It's clever, though. I don't know how I would do the sums to work that out. To work out how to do the timing of it, but it's... I mean, you notice straight away that the propeller is right in the firing line of those guns. Two of them as well, not just the one. And to shoot in between the... Bloody hell. That's impressive stuff, especially when you think how far back in time you have to go. I mean, we're looking at over 100 years ago. Isn't it amazing, though? If you look at flight, I mean, if you look at flight as a whole, I don't know if there was anything before the Wright brothers, but I think the dawn of flight was pretty much heralded by the Wright brothers, right? So they flew their balsa wood plane. Balsa wood, and I don't know what the hell it was. It might not be balsa wood, but it was wood and paper plane, I think. I don't know what it was made of, I'm guessing, but it looked like wood and paper to me. And that was in 1903. And if you go like 100 years to 2003, just in that span of 100 years, and the fact that World War I and World War II accelerated plane technology, we went from a flight in 1903 that went, I think it was 12 feet, the first flight, it was 12 feet up and down, to the space shuttle, and Concorde, in 100 years. I mean, it's crazy. And the world, you know, the two world wars did help accelerate that quite a bit. You know, the Germans and the British producing like jet engines, and I think the British invented the jet engine, isn't it? Sir Frank Whittle. I might be talking completely out my rear end, but I think it was Sir Frank Whittle who invented the jet engine. And then, of course, the Germans trying to come up with superior stuff, and yeah, it was just trying to outmatch each other in the Cold War. Yeah, so it's incredible. And even the same with cars as well. The first car, you know, like the first vehicle that was powered by its own engine, wasn't it a Daimler Benz? Mercedes wasn't born yet, was she? Because Mercedes was the daughter of Carl Benz, right? And her name was Mercedes Benz. Yes. So you've got that little, like, they just take the horse away, plop an engine on, and then you end up with, in 100 years, Lamborghinis and Ferraris and Bugatti Veyrons, which if you take one of those cars back to that age and say this is what it'll look like in 100 years, it'll be like an alien technology to them. It's absolutely fascinating how far we can come. Only civilization could advance that well in 100 years. But no, we still have some hang-ups from back then. Right. Battery on. Alternator on. Probably called a dynamo back then, wasn't it? I don't know. So we've got a mixture control here. We have a throttle control there. And we've got the magnetos here. So it's just basically these two buttons and this. Let me see if I can just flick it one more time. Steam-driven buses, 50 years. Oh, you know what? I do love old buses. I really do. I've always liked looking at old buses from the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and so on. Right. As you can see, looking over this plane is not really going to happen. And flaps, well, it looks like it has some, but they're non-functional, they don't do anything. But we do have this and this and this. So they do actually ailerons and stuff, ailerons and rudders and yeah, everything's working. All the stuff that we need. This is a noisy plane. I don't even think it has a handbrake. Unless they've modelled one in. Well, if they do, it ain't working. Come on. Oh my god. I have to put full throttle there, it's going to tip. I literally had to put full throttle just to get the thing moving. Okay. Oh, goodness gracious. I feel like I could just take off on the taxiway. Yeah, drag your feet, Fred Flintstone. Wilma! Come on, speed up. Should we take off on the taxiway? Just going to keep that yellow line. Oh, okay, we're going. Don't try this at home, kids. Oh, please lift. Please lift, we're getting to the end of the taxiway. Retract the undercarriage. Don't think it does that somehow. Yay. Rat-tat-tat-tat. So they used to get bullets through that propeller. Yeah, the timing must have been, the way they timed it, amazing, amazing. There must be something on the internet about how it works, you know, how they did that. I know you guys have mentioned about ignition timing and a cam actuated interrupter. I'm going to have to check those out for sure. So we're in a triplane, guys. It looks like there should be a black one and Batman could fly it. Way back in the 1930s. Oh, there's the power plant over there. So this plane is available on flightsim.to and it is free of charge. So I'm not going to complain anything about it because it didn't cost me a damn thing. So 0 complaints from me. There you go. That happened because I had my finger on the right mouse button. So look at the feet, where you put your feet there, man. The rudder controls. Man. think we can roll this? I mean, I don't know if it will. Well, it either works or it doesn't work. Good thing I didn't fall out. It couldn't fail because the trigger is activated by the prop timing. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. Yeah, I can kind of see how it would work. No, the guns don't fire. I will admit, I did press the trigger a couple of times on the joystick. Even though I know that pressing the trigger on the joystick is the front brakes on the plane. Oh, and by the way, on this thing, when you land it, you can apply full power to the front, to the wheel brakes, and it doesn't tip up. Which I think in real life it probably would. I have to say that one of my favorite planes to fly in VR is the Spitfire Mark 9. It's just, there's something about it. Not only what the plane stands for, but the fact that it's just the way it flies. It's pretty damn acrobatic. And looking out over the wing, it just makes you want to have a cup of tea and a biscuit. Or a cookie, if you're an American. Cookie. Oh, I do have a new livery. I don't think I've installed it yet. It's a fictional one for the Spitfire, fictional, but it's US Air Force, believe it or not. Before they had the interrupter, they just had metal plates on the back of the propeller. Oh my god! With limited success. Can you imagine? You just lose half of your propeller and... yeah, good night Vienna. Seriously, man. Okay, we can get closer to the power station pretty quickly here. So let's just line it up and we'll do a little teleport. Let's get it in our gun sights. I don't know why I've got the Bond theme in my head. Right, so now we're just going to press Y on the keyboard. And that puts us into slew mode. Red Baron's never flown so fast. It's still, bloody hell, it's still a fair distance, eh? Imagine a plane coming behind me, like a British plane, and the pilot's going, "I'll catch the fucker." And he didn't even swear. Okay, pressing Y again. Fucker DR1. Let's put some more prop speed. So yeah, you're right. If it's connected to the prop timing, so there's maybe something mechanical that's telling the gun, now you can fire, now you can fire, now you can fire, then it wouldn't matter what speed the prop was doing. So you could slow the prop down, speed the prop up, it doesn't matter. It would just be timed perfectly anyway, right? Yeah. Can you imagine how many planes were lost as they were designing aircraft? I have no idea. But yeah. Because the planes need that, what's it called? That rope that catches the plane? The hook is... no, the hook's on the plane and it catches onto that, like a tow rope thing, right? Just pulls the plane to a stop. I wonder how many G-forces the pilots go through. Yeah, catch the pigeon. This is what it feels like. I feel like I'm Dick Dastardly here. Although he was in a car though, wasn't he? Yeah. Why am I getting mixed up with a plane though? I don't know. thinking. Planted next to a stream, which is, or a lake, a river, which is perfect for them to dump into. Why not? What they all do. Arrestor wire, that's it, arrestor. That's what I was thinking, or trying to think of. Oh, electricity pylons, you don't see those too many times. You don't see too many of those. Oh. Okay, cool. I've got no needle on my... Have I? Oh yeah, there is a needle. It's just a very thin one. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, there's no beeps to tell you you're going to stall here. Beep, beep, beep. Nothing. I've got an altimeter, and a revs, a tachometer, and a speedo. And whatever this is. Oil temperature. Looks to be okay. Alright, should we try and land this in a field or something? Mayday, mayday. Got a point of interest on my left. Oh, that, yeah, that is, it's the power station. I wondered why it was hovering around. So no flaps. So slowing the plane down is just slowing the prop down, I suppose. Oh, there's a bloody pylon there. I hope it hasn't got a collision box around it. Not that it matters, we're going down anyway. Oh, we're down. I think it's probably uncrashable, this thing. Right, maximum brakes. And no problem. Not getting pushed forwards. And we're down. Now, turning the thing off would just be a case of flipping off the magnetos. Oh. Hear the sound of it? Down. And these pads, for what reason? You just have to keep punching one when you want it to fire. Man. So they've got some leather padding on here for some reason. I don't know what it is. It's all wood, isn't it? These cables. Yeah, just think back in the day, you know, this was like the height of technology, and this is what they used to take to the skies with to do dogfights. That's bravery, I'm telling you. Wouldn't get me in one of these things. I don't think so. They would have tested it on land with the engine bolted to a strong platform. Yeah, I think they would have probably simulated it on the land first. And is there a second arrestor wire in case one fails? I wonder if do they have a second one? Like a backup one? It has to be fairly close to the first one, but the planes do stop really quickly. This is a cool plane. Very, very cool. For free, I'm not going to cast any criticism on it. It's fine. It's good enough for a little bit of fun. It's good for a little fun flight. And I'm glad that they've kept the proper markings on it as well. I'd have put swastikas on just to offend the sensitive. Yeah, so okay. I don't know if there's anything in particular you guys want to see. Here we are. This is all these are all the new airports that are in. Well, actually, this isn't quite right. No, these are not all the new airports at all. These are all the items on the marketplace. I thought this was a list for update 6, but I thought that can't be right. There's way too many. Look at that, the Eurofighter Typhoon. The thing is, I just know that then it's not going to be flight modeled too well. I don't know, maybe. They do have I think there's a 737 on here that they have, and it's a pay plane, but it's not one that I would buy because I'm waiting for the PMDG one, because that's going to be pretty close, as to reality as you can probably get. But if we look at all of the marketplace stuff, how do we get in here? Full catalog. So, like I say, this plane I was flying just now, the Fokker, was done, was downloaded from flightsim.to. It wasn't, it may be on here, but I didn't get it from here. So this is all the stuff that's available, paid and free. Switzerland mesh. Now, how is that gonna? This must have been out before this update. I wonder how this gels now, because if Asobo have added new elevation data for Switzerland, I mean, it hasn't got very good ratings at the moment. But if it's, I wonder if it's going to, if it's still worth putting this on, or if they've already tackled it. I don't know. Diamantina Airport. Is this a plane? Yep. Trinidad TB 21 GT. Let's have a look at this. So these are the prices. I mean, you could expect to pay. So yeah, it's not the cheapest flight simming. I want to see the cockpit. That's different. Look at the color of that compared to this French built four-seater. It looks like a very sleek looking plane. Looks like aerodynamic, you know, like the wind would just, like this cockpit, that looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. There it is, 3.2 out of 5. Obviously, any jets, fighter jets that you get here will not be able to use any, you won't be able to do any combat stuff or anything. But, you know, they put a price of £14 on it, and none of the pictures are working, so that's not a really good to sell your product. That's going to have to get sorted. And it's been properly polished. Salzburg. Augsburg. Elizabeth Field Airport. These seem to be quite random to me. I mean, they must mean something to the authors, maybe. This looks... Wow, what's this one? Basel. Yeah, that was mentioned on today's stream. And a flyer there, they just thought... Wasn't that a photogrammetry city that they'd done? Look at that airport, it looks amazing. Very futuristic looking. I am the wolf. Can't wait to get flying. My installation is so close to being done. 55 files on 90. Took me 3.5. Oh, for the initial game, you mean? Yeah, I can believe it. Cologne Bonn Airport. 4.7. That's a good score. £10 for it. It's a £10.50 for airport. Wow. But there's a fair bit of work goes into it, to be fair. But before I would even contemplate buying this, I'd want to look at it in the game, see what it looks like right. Won't be like this, obviously, but then how many times am I taking off and landing it? Or is it the way that if you know you bought Cologne Airport that you would therefore, that was a great shot, the one I just clicked off there. Let me just bring that back on. That looked amazing. The car park shot. You see that one? Even this one looks. Let's do the courtesy of just flipping through these again. Not that one. One after this. Man, that's a really nice shot. The car park here. Even the lighting settings are good. Gives it that more realistic look somehow. Wow, that's impressive. Even this texturing here, look, on concrete. The car's parked outside the front. Oh, very cool. And there's a night shot, I think, somewhere. There's a sunset one. Actually, the markings look good as well. Like you can see the texture on the thing, and it's even affecting the paint there. Very nice. I want to see the night shot. It must be the next one. And in the wet. Yes, very well picked. Do a day shot, do a night shot. Yep, very well photographed. True Gaffer. Hi, True Gaffer. How are you? A few of these airports look amazing. They do. There's some really good ones in here. It's good to pay attention to the rating as well. Now look, Graz Airport. Now Graz got an update already, but the city of Graz got a photogrammetry update in this very update, the World Update 6. So they may have done something to the airport, but I doubt it's going to be on this level. So this is, oh, okay. It's an Aerosoft airport. No wonder it looks so bloody. Right, and then you've got Orbix, which are not too bad either. Yeah, I didn't realize that was Aerosoft, but now it makes perfect sense as to so bloody good. Wow, look at these buildings. The shape of this thing. And some airports, they've got some amazing designs on them. What plane is that? Right, let's check out Graz Airport. Am I pronouncing that right? I wonder if that works. With the letters, which I am assuming are rolling around. I know that says Monday, 5:30, but don't know. Looks like an advertising hoarding. Austrian Technic. I don't know how they're going to pronounce it. Is it Graz? Is it pronounced Graz? Yep, having a coffee there and watching the planes take off and land. Done that in Gibraltar before. Oh, that's a nice long runway. Oof. Yep. Door. Nice, good. For me the Aerosoft one is better than the Orbix one, but I would expect that to be the case anyway. Orbix are okay. I've seen some good stuff on them, like the London update was pretty cool. But I always get this impression, maybe rightly, maybe wrongly, that Aerosoft just go that tad extra mile, just a little. But the Orbix products are, look at this thing, Denver. It looks massive. Oh my God, how big's this airport? And this is in the winter, clearly. How many jetways they got here? They got some over here in this corner, and here, and then back here you've got another load. This is a huge airport. Guys, what is the biggest airport in the world, I wonder? I bet it's in Abu Dhabi or something. World's biggest port. The largest, I suppose. Saudi Arabia. I wasn't far off. The King Fahd International Airport in Dammam, Saudi Arabia, is the world's largest airport property by area. 300 square miles? What? King Fahd International is about the size of New York City. What? What? 300 square miles? An airport? Oh my God. Now I've got to go there now. The size of New York. Jesus. Sorry, I'm just Googling here. King Fahd International. It's FAHD is pronounced. I want the ICAO for that. I bet it's not in the game. Okay, so it's OEDF. 300 square miles. Not 30. 3 would be enough. Three is a big airport. 3 is a massive airport. Gibraltar is 2.5 square miles and it has an airport. So not 3, not 30, but 300 square miles. Why? It must be because it's in like a desert or something. And it's just all very much spread out. I would never have guessed that. 300 square miles. In my wildest dreams, I wouldn't have come up with that number. If it's in the game, I'm going to go and visit it right now. In the smallest plane. But look at the size of Denver. I'm assuming this is a very busy airport. Colorado. Yeah? So, look at that. Come on. It's difficult to look at that shot and call it a game. You know what I mean? It's like, no, sorry. I don't know, but this, you know, when the sun's just dipping over the horizon there, the lighting is just epically good. Man. Yeah. Again, they've advertised this nicely. They've done night shots, day shots, rain shots, sunset shots, which always is a seller. And, you know, angles from high up and different seasons as well. They've done very, very well with this. Man, that King Fahd. Washington Dulles Airport. Here it's Innsbruck, which I've taken off from there quite a few times. LOWI, I think it is. Brandenburg in Berlin. Hamburg. Flugplatz. That's a corner on the Flugplatz is the name of a corner on the Nordschleife racetrack. East Frisian Islands. Now that is pronounced Gestad, but this Sahnengestad, it looks, that's an airport. It looks like the entrance to an old farm. Oh my God, it's got 7 helicopter landing pads. I'm assuming some of that is for medical emergency use. Gestad Airport. Yeah, some interesting stuff here. Vienna. And there we have a plane. 4.5 out of 5. The Aviat Husky. Oh, it has a ski version. 200 horsepower, fuel injected. Wow. That's packing a punch, isn't it? High wing as well, which is nice, because when you get the high wing aircraft, the view out the cockpit's better because, you know, the wing doesn't get in the way and stuff. It's nice. Get a better ability to look round. Interior shot? How can you not post an interior shot? Come on. Oh, maybe down here. That's a good shot. Gold. Yeah, it looks good. Skis on. Yeah, someone's taken time to do the right shots on this. Bahamas, maybe? I don't know. Tropical place. Ooh, where's that? It's cool. All the rivets as well on the plane. That's a versatile aircraft then. We didn't really get any interior shots apart from, well, there's this one. And this one from above, which, here we go. But I can't really bring this up here. Plenty of shots there. Okay, very cool. Hamburg Airport. Brea, is that? Seminole. Hong Kong City Times. I love these little airports. Jeremiah Denton Airport. Again, that should make for interesting takeoffs and landings. An A-10 Thunderbolt. Okay, the tank killer. Let's take, oh, look at this. 5 out of 5. Yeah, that looks epic. Atlanta at night. Not bad. Let's take a look quickly then. Some of the free stuff. Let's do the free stuff. Looks like there's been an update. Right, owned. Great. I haven't got this one yet. Yeah, you have to, I think you have to disable it and enable it when you want it though. But every plane that has a Garmin G1000 gets replaced by this one. This is the most up-to-date Garmin 1000 that you can get today. But it's still being worked on. Got high ratings though. I've never bothered with it yet. But it is more contemporary, I would say, yeah. Barely getting to figure out how to work the one I've got. Yeah, very cool. Eye Hospital installed. I can't remember how to get to it though. I think you've got to just select it as a plane. You can just walk around it. You can't fly it. It's not a flyable plane. Only one in the sim that's not flyable. And also we have new push trips and landing challenges in this new update. I think one of them, unless the picture was just there for picture purposes, it looked like there was a landing challenge for the in the Dreamliner, in the Boeing 787. Is it this? That's a Neo 320. %, mastered. Should I try one? These are all new. Look, these three are brand new. Don't know whether to try one. Bush trips. Never done one yet. Discover Iceland. I think they add them when they add the world updates. They add ones to that scenery that they've done. You know, so Germany, Austria will get now this one. And you get to see some cool places, I'll bet. Breckenridge to Mariposa, Yosemite. Mariposa in Spanish is butterfly. That's all I can tell you from that. Yeah, I'll have to try one of these because this one, the one up here, was the one that caught my eye. Unless the picture's changed. This one. Los Cerros to Cochrane. This. Okay, should we do a landing challenge, guys? Fancy one? I'll just do one of the new ones. Famous, epic, strong wind. Epic is short airstrips. So inside here there's like probably going to be a few choices, I would imagine. Short airstrips, treacherous terrain, dramatic approaches and harrowing descents. Face the most iconic and dangerous places to land in the world. Strong winds make a pilot's job even harder. Contend with air currents and crosswinds. Yeah, well, you're coming in like this. You have to come in sideways, and then you just straighten up before you land. And famous ones. Okay, let's go epic. Getting into here. One of these must be... Oh, God, there's actually one with a Airbus. Honduras. So is there one at St. Martin's then? Because that's kind of famous. St. Martin Airport. Look at this thing. How small? Come on then. Have I done this before? I've seen an airstrip like this before. So you have to, are we coming in from this side and then landing, the wheels hitting here on this blue marker and then stopping before you fall off the edge? I haven't forgotten about that big airport, by the way. You just do a quick landing challenge. Win or fail. 130 knots and then down to 105 on the turn in. Awesome. Can't wait. Right. This is easy. Wind 8 knots. 340. That is not a long airstrip. I mean, I'm going to be applying the brakes from 100 feet up. In a Beechcraft King Air. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Nice heavy plane to get started. Right, where's my speed? I'm too fast.
Landing here. Landing here.
Trying to get some throttle on. I mean, I'm too slow. I have no idea how much flap I have on. Okay. Need to be around 130 here. And then as we make the turn, we're going to drop it to 105. I don't mind if it overspeeds just a little, because I'm going to want to add some more flaps like I just did. But look how much it drops the speed just by going one flap further down. When do I make the turn, for God's sake? I can't see out the side. Oh God. Oh God. Start descending. I never even thought about starting to descend. Too busy trying to get my speed right. This isn't going to go well. My gear down? It is. Guys, I can't do this. way too high. I started descending too late, and so I'm too fast now because I'm trying to descend too quick. But this isn't going to work out.
500.
I can't. Well, you can't. I'd have to abort it. I'll have to do it again. Have to do it again. Is there a restart? I actually forgot to descend, which is crazy. Yeah, VR. VR would be handy for that, wouldn't it? Because that plane's got like it's got a very small, like quarter light kind of window. Whoa. Gerrit Little, thank you for your sub. Awesome, thank you very much.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
Landing gear is out. Let's try and stabilize this at 31. Don't descend too much. 130, okay? More or less, right? 129, 130, we're bang on there. And I need that little window at the side to kind of tell me when to turn. And I hope I've got another set of flaps to go down because my throttle is already quite at its minimum. Is this the right time? I don't know. I think, yes, I did get another set of flaps because the speed has dropped quite much. 105 they said, right? All I've got to do is make sure that my descent is good. If I'm at 99, I'm just going to drop the nose of the plane to make the speed up. That's how I'll stabilize it. I would really like it in my view though. 5, I'm going to have to drop a little bit more. Come on, sweetheart. That's too much of me. Let me peer over the nose. I want to peer over the nose. I couldn't get the bloody spacebar to work initially. So, two things went wrong there. My mouse pointer was on the left-hand monitor, but when it wasn't focusing on the game, so when I pressed space, I couldn't see over the top. Secondly, I wasn't 100% sure whether this had a reverse thrust. And the way I do reverse thrust is I have the lever on my throttle and I pull one side of the lever down and then I go full throttle and that gives me reverse thrust. Well, as I landed, I pushed the throttle forwards, but I didn't have the lever pressed. So I would have momentarily given it full throttle. That didn't help. So I'll try that another time. I don't think you see me try that again. They do not give you a lot of space. Right, so let's see this world's largest airport. It's on here. It'd be interesting to see what it looks like on the map if it's here. So we're looking for King Fahd International Airport, which is OE, and it is DF. Okay, so this is it. 300 square miles of airport, size of New York City. Weather doesn't look too inviting. But yeah, I was right though. It is kind of out in the desert, so to speak, because 300 square miles, you think they could have they've got like a load of planes. See, they could have had another one over here or another one over there, but it must be that this territory around it belongs to the airport, therefore making it the world's largest airport. Not the fact that the airport has got like 35 runways and stuff like that. It's kind of a... It's the largest by area, but not necessarily by buildings, or because it's still only got 2 runways. So let's have a look at it. I'm not going to be using this. Should we try there's the Flying Eye Hospital. I'll tell you what we can do. I'm not going to do a cold dark start because it takes a little bit too long. But if I use the fly-by-wire A320, runway 16, that will be good. And we have the Giant livery on there. I've probably got one for Saudi Arabia. Flight conditions aren't too inviting. The good thing about this fly-by-wire is they change all the sounds as well, so it does sound really good, the engines and all the clicks and sounds, and you even hear some dialogue as well, I think. Budman, when you said I'm sure they see that all the time, what was it that you referred to there? I mean, that runway strip, I'd probably want to approach it. Like, I wouldn't do it like that in an L shape, you know, just turn in at the last moment. Probably the last way I'd want to do that. But hey, maybe pilots do that. You have to have certain kinds of skills to fly, you know, to be able to land. I don't think they'll just let any pilot go there. Like it's like landing in Gibraltar. It's the same thing. It's water on both sides, and you know, it's not just any pilot that gets to be able to come and land there. I don't know whether it's an extra exam or I really don't know. Oh, the wave up you did on. Yeah. I wonder how many times it's happened. In all the years I was in Gibraltar, there was no plane ever went off the edge. I think it has happened in the past, but in the 30 years I was there, it never, to my knowledge, it never happened. And I'm sure if it had, we would have known about it because it's a small place. I mean, from where I lived, I'd have heard it. But yeah, the British Airways pilots seem to manage it very well over, say, Monarch, which doesn't exist anymore, and the other ones that came into Gibraltar was EasyJet, Monarch, and British Airways. I only ever flew on Monarch, and that was I think that was an Airbus 321, I think. Yep. This is your captain. Please put your swimming trunks on. Yeah, that's... Which movie is that from? Is that Airplane? Don't Call Me Shirley. That thing in Nepal is an insane strip. Watch the documentary on that one. Well, look, any airstrip, right, that has a documentary attached to it, that's some serious airstripping right there. I know the one at St. Martin it's on the beach. There's people sunbathing, and there's big commercial jets. You know, you could stand up and touch the wheels. It's crazy. And the people go to the fence and stand at the fence. I think if those engine thrusters hit you, I know that they're probably off on landing, But if the thrusters were powered on, they would blow you into the sea. And far beyond. Quick ticket home. Man. Get off the fence. Any airstrip that ends in a wall. Does it? Is this one end in a wall? Yeah. It's like an arcade game, isn't it? You know what? This plane takes a while to load, and not only that, I'm waiting to see how much the frame rates are going to drop with this. Let's see what happens, because if it drops too much, I would have to say that I hope they manage to optimize it. Because the Phoenix one that's coming out, which is another study level A320, is they compared it frame rate wise against the original Asobo one that's in Flight Sim, and it only loses 1 or 2 frames, but there's a lot more complex stuff going on being calculated because it's all properly simulated, you know, all the computers and everything. And fly-by-wire are getting there, but fly-by-wire is free, and they're doing a absolutely amazing job. They seriously are doing a great job. But the Phoenix one is going to all new levels.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
You hear that? Awesome. There's the fans are all on. Icon. Park brake is on, landing light is on, no smoking sign is on. Okay. I'm assuming the engines are on. Yep. Okay. Welcome to King Fahd Airport. And the fly-by-wire. I love this plane. I really love the work that they've done with it. Okay. So where are we then? Oh, they've already put the speed brake lever in place. Flaps position 1. That should be plenty. That runway looks like it goes on for miles. Speed brake, or auto brake I should say, set to max. Yes. I'm just making sure that they've ticked all the boxes here. Yeah, and yep, everything, I'm happy with it. Okay. Right, let's take the parking brake off. Spool this thing up. So holding down the brakes. And the sounds are really good. It's not doing is calling out like V1 and rotate. Or is that my job? This feeling right now when this plane takes off like that in VR, I feel it in my insides. There's the landing gear going up. Can you hear that? Back into climb, which I can't see because of the sun. You even hear that little click it does.
Salmon Tower, Rusty Romeo 66, frequency change.
cancelling me.
South of Cakewalk, 2,700 feet. Request clearance to transition Charlie airspace.
Rusty Romeo 66 Damham approach. Squawk 1611.
Let me just get all this crap out of the way, because otherwise they don't shut up. Flexible knot. Hey, how are you doing, sir?
Romeo 66 radar contact 5 miles south of Cakewalk, 3,900 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace. Maintain on navigation.
Cleared through the Charlie airspace, Rusty Romeo 66.
Shut up. Man, look at this place. Listen to those engines. I think my climb rate might be just a tad high. I also would like to increase my panel brightness. Oops, wrong way. And these panels on the top here.
Romeo 66 contact Marine Center on 126.7. Good day.
Going to 126.7 Rusty Romeo 66. Marine Center, Rusty Romeo 66.
Oh my god, shut the flip up.
Romeo 66 Marine.
This is the problem with taking off from the runway. If you do it from cold and dark and you don't contact the ATC, you'll never hear from them. Continue as planned. What, you think I have a plan? I ain't got a plan. I bet we're still over the airport. 10,000 feet. Kinda like seeing a Ryanair flight in Dallas. Oh, you mean what? An Allegiant plane in Saudi Arabia, you mean? The APU in there. Now I don't have a flight plan, so autopilot's out, and I can probably program this to go to a certain airport and then just... But this plane can land itself. I just need to learn how to do that. Right, we're at 13,000 feet, toga lock. Where is it on to? What's the main toga lock? I don't know why that's flashing. Let's level the plane out. It doesn't want me to go up to toga, surely. So, we're going to pop it back down into here, the auto throttle area. Auto throttle is on. Don't know why this is on. It's so bright out here, I can't see a damn thing. Oh, it's because I've been looking down in the dark. My eyes have to adjust. Is that how it works? It's just... Oh, is that the place where all those exotic cars are? All those Lambos and stuff that get bought and then just get left. Have you seen... You must have seen that on the internet, just exotic cars in Saudi Arabia where they just get bought and then, I don't know, they get leased and they don't keep... I don't know what it is. I don't know why they're out there, but it's almost like... It's to do with finances, I think, but it's almost as if you could be forgiven for thinking that they're so rich that they buy a Bugatti Veyron, and when it runs out of petrol, they just park it and buy a new one. But there are places in Saudi Arabia or Abu Dhabi where they're just exotic cars are just left perfectly good, perfectly working, and they're just left there covered in dust. It would be fine to go and buy one cheap, I suppose. Is that Saudi? I think it might be Dubai. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to turn this around and land it, because I have no clue what the heading is and we're going too fast, even though we are ascending. I'm not using this, I'm just hand flying this. Toga lock has gone, and I've gone so low on the throttle now that the auto throttle has ticked itself off. Not interested anymore. I've gone below the auto throttle zone, which is only like within this. You can see it says on there auto throttle, so you've got to be within this zone for the auto throttle to work. I've gone down to 0 on this. What I can do perhaps is bring up Captain Birdseye here. There's no point landing in an airport that's 1 minute away. How can that be the only one? I can't descend quick enough, I'd have to go around.
Rusty Romeo 66 descend and maintain 2,300 feet.
We're already plugged into the ATC as well, I see. Just keep circling around till I get low enough. Not a lot of engine sound, but I don't have a lot of throttle on either. I'm sure if I push the throttle up, you'd probably hear it. The auto throttle's kicked back in again, keeping me at bay. Doing it on its own. The plane just wants to fly itself. It's like saying, I want to go, give me a go. I know I'm flying too fast. I know. What do you want me to do? And I'm ascending as well, which is crazy. I'm going to alter the pitch trimming here. Again, sometimes in VR this is easier, but in order for me to see these numbers in VR, I have to really put my head close to it because they're quite pixelated, and you've got to get really close to it to be able to make it out. So if I go... Okay, so now I'm on auto throttle. Auto throttle's not gonna... It can only do so much. See, that's not me doing this. What the plane just did there, I didn't do that. Yes, I'm overspeeding. I am aware of this. Let's just fly. I don't know what heading this thing's on. We're not going to get it landed anyway. I don't think. Does it even have a runway? Is that it over there? Or what's this? Chance. We're still like 11,000 10,000 feet up. We'd have to sink like a stone. How big are those sand dunes? See this straightening out? That isn't me. And yet all the autopilots are off. I'm going to force it over, come on. This is not how you fly an A320. But certain... What's the phrase? Extreme call for, can't remember the phrase now. Doesn't matter. Something calls for something. Right, I just want to take a look at this thing. Is this a runway? No, it looks like a road. Is there even a runway? Ab cake. Anybody want a slice of ab cake? Well, whatever it is, I'm not seeing a runway. Oh, there it is. Okay, I see you, I got you, I see the lights. I see the light. Right here. Coming into there. Yeah, we can easily land there. What's our heading? Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Easy just to slew the plane around to face the right direction. Going up, don't go up. Kind of weird how you don't hear any engine sound. I wonder how true to life that is. And I'm useless at trying to calculate, you know, doing a circle, even if I know what the heading was. So it was 2, I think we've got to be maybe heading at 300, right? I don't know, I'm guessing. So 5,000, we have to come down to 2,000? Lordy. A lot has changed on this aircraft from fly-by-wire since I last flew it properly. And I can really tell, because it does things now that it didn't used to do before. They've programmed in some additional stuff. So 300 minus 180 would be 120, right? So okay, let's try and just descend and just do a pretty sharp bank here. Oh, it's actually got the flaps denoted on the speed chart there. That's cool. The optimism of putting the landing gear out at 5,000 feet. parallel with the road, isn't it? Too close, maybe still. Genuinely don't know. There it is. Don't worry about the speed. Okay, 2005.
2,500.
I'm totally going to mess this up. It's just getting the angle of the runway. I'm just not going to nail it. Because I really do suck at this. This is why I like to use flight plans. Okay. Too much for that. Scrub off some speed. This isn't going to work. But like, where's the bloody runway? Is that it? What I'm looking at there. I don't even know. I can't see lights or anything. This might be easier if I just switched it to nighttime. I mean, where the hell? Oh, that was the runway that I was looking at. Damn it. I didn't think it was. This thing, it looked like a road. But it actually is the damn runway. That's insane. Well, we'll just put it... I'm just going to put it down. There's plenty of sand and stuff. We're going down anyway. It's good. I mean, there's nothing to hit, right?
500.
Except some... I don't know, is it water? That's a road. I hope there's no cars coming. Oh, look at those sandbanks. This is gonna be a bit bumpy. This is head between the legs time. The plane wants to veer off to the right for some reason. Building there. Gotta stay away from the building. There's a nice piece of land. Oh, we're dropping.
20. Retard.
Retard. That's kind of the job I've made of this.
40. 30. 25.
Right, reverse thrust. Oh, it's gonna love this hill. Yay. See, you're always safe with Rusty. No problem. Off-roading in an Airbus. There's the runway. So this is just a very dusty taxiway. Let's get these spoiled left down. Brakes. I mean, we can make it back to the runway. Passengers will be getting off going, yeah, he took us on the scenic route and to play in the sand, and it was all very cool. Listen to that engine booming up. Gorgeous. Come on, let's boost. This is definitely not how you fly or pilot a gap in the traffic. Oh dear. Yay, we got through. More passengers. I mean, that's meant to be a runway. Really, it's... You have successfully completed the landing challenge. I'm still trying to find where these damn lights are. Oops. Beep, 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 beep. Oh, do shush. Right, there might be a bit of sand in the wheels that they need to clean out. Other than that, I think that was very successful landing. Yeah, in the Matrix. Don't stop, because the last time you stopped, you didn't get going again. Where are you going? What are you doing? Yeah. Casual flying, guys, that's all it is. Casual flying. Oh, slat's not in TO config. Yeah, well, I'm not taking off, so probably explains a lot of that. To turn off to get the game to acknowledge it, the bumps. Don't know. That's off. PU off. Batteries off. There's other things, but what is I need to do to trigger a Microsoft exit? Don't know. Don't care. Right. Anyway, I'm going to end it there, guys. Thanks for being with me. It's nice to be back and streaming again, and we'll be back to our regular programming from now on. And I think the next stream will be Odyssey. If I don't do Odyssey until Sunday, then there will be something in between. But because we are not near Sunday, and we're only Tuesday, right? There it is. Wednesday. We've just turned Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'm sure I'll either do Odyssey before Sunday, but it won't be a long one because I'm going to want to save the long one for Sunday, or do something else in between. And if I am doing one in between, and you guys want to put in any suggestions or thoughts on what you'd like to see, then do it on the Discord or something, and let me know. Right then, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure again being with you, and thanks for the company. It's just been a very casual stream today, really. I haven't been doing any serious flights, but sometimes it's okay that way. So until next time, guys, take care. And I've got a couple of names I need to add to my end credits, so I'll be doing that in time for my next stream. So those of you who've become patrons, there you go, that'll do it. Patron, right. So for those of you who become patrons or joined the channel using the join button, I'll be adding your names onto the credits on the next one. I haven't had a chance to do it since I got back, but I know it needs to be done, so I will get that added. Okay, so until then, ta-ta for now. Have a good one, stay safe, healthy, and keep happy and all that good stuff. Bye for now.